Hello everyone and welcome. Now I know what you're thinking. Another video about India-Pakistan tensions? Haven't we heard enough war drums for one lifetime? And you'd be right, we really have. The constant saber rattling, the endless news cycles, it's exhausting. But here's the thing, this isn't just about two countries having a spat. It's about the very real economic fallout that could impact the entire region. And frankly, none of us signed up for that. Because, let's be honest, when these two nuclear-armed neighbors even think about a staring contest, the global economy gets a little twitchy. Suddenly, those spreadsheets filled with market projections start looking less like boring numbers and more like cryptic warnings from the future. And that future, my friends, is one where we really need to be paying attention to what's happening in South Asia. So buckle up, grab your financial security blanket. It's probably just a slightly used bath towel at this point, let's be real. And let's dive into the economic quagmire that could await if things between India and Pakistan go further south than a Bollywood film extra's career after rejecting a role in a Salman Khan movie. Now, I'm no financial expert. My own investment strategy basically boils down to buy high, sell low, and then cry into a bag of discounted potato chips. But even I can see that the economic ramifications of increased tensions between India and Pakistan are about as appealing as a week-old curry left in the Mumbai sun. First off, let's talk about the stock markets. These delicate flowers of capitalism tend to wilt faster than a houseplant in a coal mine at the first sign of geopolitical turmoil. And when it comes to India and Pakistan, well, let's just say the markets would likely react with all the calm and composure of a chihuahua in a room full of vacuum cleaners. We're talking potential crashes, folks. And not the kind you can walk away from with just a few bruises and a newfound appreciation for life. We're talking about investors, both foreign and domestic, yanking their money out faster than you can say biryani. Extra raita, please. And speaking of currency, let's not forget about the poor Indian rupee and the Pakistani rupee. They'd likely be in for a rough ride, folks. Devaluation? Oh, you better believe it. It'd be like watching their value plummet faster than a Bollywood star's career after a string of flops. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, this all sounds terrible, but India's a big, strong economy, right? Surely they can handle a little regional instability? And you're not wrong. India has made some impressive economic strides in recent years. But even the mightiest economies can get tripped up by conflict. And the costs, both financially and in terms of human suffering, are simply not worth it. Look, it's time for some straight talk. And I'm using my serious voice here, the one I reserve for when my local bodega stops carrying my favorite brand of digestive biscuits. India, you need to be the responsible one here. You have the most to lose, both economically and morally. Because let's not forget, the world is watching. And if things go sideways, all fingers will be pointing at Delhi. And to be clear, I'm not just talking about the wagging fingers of international condemnation. I'm talking about the very real possibility of economic sanctions, trade embargoes, and a whole host of other unpleasantries that could make navigating the global marketplace about as fun as trying to haggle for a decent price on a used car in a monsoon. So India, for the love of samosas and everything holy, think carefully before you act. Because the economic fallout from a conflict with Pakistan wouldn't just be bad, it would be catastrophic. And frankly, none of us need that kind of negativity in our lives right now. So there you have it, the potential economic fallout of increased India-Pakistan tensions, laid bare like a plate of pakoras at a cricket match. Now, I realize this isn't exactly the most uplifting way to spend your time. You come here for jokes about bad traffic and the existential dread of grocery shopping, not geopolitical analysis that could make a banker cry into their trust fund. But the truth is, this stuff matters. Because when economies sneeze, it's the everyday people who end up catching the cold. And frankly, the world can't afford another economic downturn right now. We've already had enough excitement these past few years to last us a lifetime, and then some. So let's all take a deep breath, collectively agree to put down the metaphorical war drums and focus on building a more prosperous and peaceful future. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what really matters? That and a steady supply of those aforementioned digestive biscuits. A man's gotta have his priorities, you know? It's worth noting that Indian PM Narendra Modi was once titled Modi is Butcher of Gujarat when he was CM of Gujarat. The question remains, will war hysteria destroy the peace of the region?